The journey to Europe starts here, in a small bus station off the coast of West Africa, on the outskirts of Gambia's capital, Banjul. In their backpack, they carry some money, a change of clothes, and perhaps a cell phone. Everything else they leave behind, including their documents. Their names, where they are from, their age is no longer relevant. This is a journey for a new life. Some are after the freedom they believe can be found in Europe and not at home. For others, it's simply about escaping poverty. All take this journey alone. In Gambia, most are children. According to the United Nations, 26,000 unaccompanied minors crossed the Mediterranean to Europe last year. Most of those coming from sub-Saharan Africa were Gambians. It is a dangerous journey across the Sahara Desert, into war-torn countries, and across the Mediterranean Sea. In the past 3 years, almost 15,000 people lost their lives trying to reach European shores. Undeterred, young men and women continue to take this route in what the UN describes as the biggest humanitarian catastrophe of our times. Who profits from this? Do these young men and women know the risks they are taking? How much do they pay for this journey? Who is organizing their trip? This week, Talk to Al Jazeera meets Gambia's human trafficker. His name is Mohammed Lamine Jammeh, but he goes by the nickname El Boy. I meet him at the bus station where most migrants depart. Usually, those involved in people smuggling hide their identity. Not El Boy. He tells me he has nothing to hide. Traveling to Europe through Libya, or the back way as it's known here, is an open secret.
How many people did you help to cross to Europe, to cross the Mediterranean to Europe?
Around almost 1,000 migrants from 2011 to up to 2016.
Why is there so many people who want to go to Europe?
Basically, I think people normally try to go to Europe, especially through the back way, because normally they were hopeless in the country. Like the unemployment rate was too high, understand? So, and also now, by then, all those were sought by the former president. So normally you go to school, have your qualification, but you cannot have any job. Normally those who should come here to create more employment for us were denied by the ex-president. So that's why people find it very difficult to survive here. So normally they use the back way to go to Europe to find a better life. So I call them economical migrants.
When you say back way, you mean the illegal route to Europe?
Yeah, I cannot call it the illegal route. You know, if the other way is not possible, you use the other way. So maybe by then...
You're saying like when the legal way is not possible?
I don't say the legal way, but the normal way, maybe to go through the flight when it's not possible. Because initially, we have very shortage of this thing now, embassies in the Gambia here. So people to have the visa before, it was very, very difficult, understand, to access the visa, because the former president was not cooperating very well with the Europeans, understand. So by then the easiest way to access Europe is to go through the other way, that is by land. But I cannot call it it's an illegal way. I don't see it as illegal.
Tell me, how do you help these people who want to go to Europe? What exactly do you do?
Yeah, my role in the process was I used to be the focal interceder or the intermediate or the mediator between them and the agents on the way. Like the agents at Mali, from Mali you go to Niger, from Niger at the border there Agadez, from Agadez to Sabah, from Sabah to Libya. So I get my own agents on all those points. So my role was all the money are paid to me. I give them my own receipt or my card with my telephone number indicating that they have paid to me. So when they reach those places, those points, like in this place, Senegal, that is Kaolack, when they reach there, they just need to present my card. My card contains my number, and also my signature. So the agents in Kaolack obviously know that these people are from me, they have paid to me. So directly they will call me to confirm.
So then they can move forward and forward and forward.
And forward. So they
Do you help them cross the Mediterranean?
Obviously, I do that also because I got an agent that live in this place, Libya. So when they reach there also, that agent was working under me. So I just need to contact the agent that the boy had already paid to me. So the boy will give him a ticket so that they can cross the Mediterranean.
When they make it across, if they make it across, do you help them on the European side?
Yeah, obviously, because normally when they reach there, they still contact me to seek advice, and also because I have helped many people who are already there, say they were more experienced. So normally I used to link them with the initial people that went earlier. So when I will advise them, then from there I will link them with the other guys. From there they will seek advice from those people to what to do to move further. Because normally when they reach Italy, they don't stay there. They find their way to other destinations like Germany, Finland, Sweden, Australia, and other places.
But what if they don't make it alive through the Mediterranean? What if they die on the route?
We have experience, for me specifically, none of my people die or get lost. Normally what I do experience is that they are at times kidnapped by the Arab people. So when they are kidnapped...
You're saying that once they arrive in Libya, they're kidnapped by Libyans?
Yes, some used to be kidnapped. You know, normally those Arabs, they used to raid them, they used to raid their camp. So when they raid the camp, normally they used to kidnap some of them and take them to prison, or normally to their own local prison. So they used to be kidnapped at times. So in that, the Arab, they don't need anything from them. The only thing they need from them is the money. They don't normally kill them or do other things like that. The only thing they need is normally is money. So all what they do, they just contact me. When they contact me, then I will also contact the parents or their sponsor, or their sponsors. So I talk with them. We see how best to take them out from those prisons or under detention.
This year alone, international organizations repatriated 800 Gambians that were detained in Libya. Many are still being held in various detention centers across the country. For those that have come back to Gambia, it's an uneasy return home, ashamed to have come back to their families empty-handed.
If I wanted to go to Europe, to Italy and Germany, how much would I have to pay you?
$2,000.
So it costs $2,000 to get from Banjul to the coast, the shores of Europe.
Yeah, from Banjul up to Italy.
Who are the people that come to you asking to go to Europe?
Normally they are students, and some are unemployed youths, both boys and girls. To be specific, most of them are teenagers. But normally, because they cannot go without the national ID card. So, but hence they get the ID card. They are no more they are no more kids. They are adults.
Oh, so they go with fake papers.
Some go with fake papers. Some goes with real papers.
Why do teenagers come to you to go to Europe?
You know, here, it is expectation. Because they think that once they are in Europe, they have everything. So the expectation is high that when you are in Europe, you have a better life, better living condition, better education, better food to eat, and other things.
Until Yahya Jammeh left office in January 2017, most Gambians were fleeing their former president's repressive regime. According to the International Organization for Migration, Gambians made up the largest group of migrants from West Africa to cross the Mediterranean last year. For 23 years, Jammeh ruled the country with an iron fist, stifling freedom of speech, threatening to kill homosexuals, and throwing into prison anyone daring to question him. Meanwhile, he kept the country open to European tourists. Over the years, British, Dutch, and Scandinavians have come here on cheap holidays organized by tour operators. young Gambians exposed to freedoms Europeans have, but denied to them, grew increasingly angry. Most of the revenue from tourism went to Jammeh and his entourage. And so, risking it all and going abroad became for many the only way out.
Under Yahya Jammeh, was there as many people leaving the country as there is now?
Basically now, for me, for the past 2-3 months, I don't have a single customer that want to go to Europe.
So since Yahya Jammeh has left, people don't want to go?
Yeah, now the business is even down. The business is even down. Right now, as I'm speaking right now, I even quit the business because it's no more working. Because people now, they have a very high hope on the new government. You know, initially, they used to access the back way because Yahya Jammeh, everything was very, very under control of the ex-president. So even education was difficult, feeding was difficult, employment was the worst before employment, because normally you go up to university, you're gonna have a better job to secure for yourself. So those were the reasons why people normally use the back way to enter Europe.
Why do you help them take this journey that is so dangerous?
Yeah, because me, normally, before I assist them, I used to advise them first. Many immigrants, they used to go by themselves up to this place, Burkina Faso. You know, Burkina Faso was very difficult to pass Burkina Faso and enter this place, Niger. So when they reach there, when they have some problems, that is the time normally they call me for me to stand for them. I used to have this thing now, an agent in Burkina Faso. So I just need to call that guy that those people were under my control. They went up to Burkina Faso, they have issues there. So I need for them to assist those people, from there they assist them.
All these people, these agents that you say, they're human traffickers. They're trafficking humans. What you're doing is human trafficking.
I don't call it trafficking because we never take them by force. They normally go with their own will. So I cannot call it trafficking. But I don't even go around in the town or in the villages to seek for customers. Customers seek for me.
How did you get into this business?
I get into this business in 2010 because initially one of my friend or my brother wanted to go through the way. So we made some investigation or some inquiries about the procedures. So I booked for my younger brother. He went up to Niger.
Your own brother?
My own cousin brother. So when he reached this place, Niger, so we need to send him. We need to send him some money in Niger for him to proceed. But we cannot send the money directly to him. So we need somebody that live in Niger that can assist him. So he did his consultation in Niger. So he came across with one agent. So that agent contacted me. We talked. He told me, you need to send me money for your brother to move from here to Agadez. From there also, he need to move from there to Sabah.
This whole process, you know, from Gambia to Senegal, then to Mali, then to Niger, then to Libya, then across the Mediterranean, then to Italy. How many people are you dealing with when you're helping these people to cross Africa into Europe?
I was dealing with about 7 agents on the way, 7 agents.
And do they know each other? Is this one company, one business? Is it how do you operate?
Yeah, they don't need to know each other. The only guy they need to know is me. They only came to know each other when my customers are moving from one point to another.
You say you've helped thousands of people to go to Europe. How many haven't made it?
90% of them have made it. 90% of them have made it.
But there's still 10% who haven't.
Yeah, some are back in town. Right now, only one is missing right now.
Which part of the journey is the most dangerous?
From Sabah to Tripoli became the most difficult one.
Why?
Because it is a desert. Because initially, around 2012, 2011, it only took them 4 days to move from Sabah to Tripoli. But later, in 2016, it took them about 3 weeks to enter Tripoli.
How much money have you made doing this?
Seriously, me? In figures, I can say almost $1 million. $1 million.
So in dollars, how much would that be?
In dollars, you need to convert it from dollars to to dollar.
So it's a business that's lucrative.
Yeah, it was a very, very lucrative business. Yes. It was too lucrative, man. It was a good business for me.
What did you do before?
Before, I was just a teacher.
A teacher?
Yeah, a teacher and a student at the same time.
Where did you teach?
I teach at the primary school here in Bakau. From there, I went to the nursery school in Bakau as well.
Do you sometimes feel guilty for what you do?
To feel guilty? No, I don't feel guilty. Instead of feeling guilty, I feel proud.
Why do you feel proud?
Because I was helping the hopeless to enter Europe. So when they are in Europe, they become more hopeful and even dependent by their family here. Even their parents used to call me to thank me always. Even still now, whenever they see me, they respect me, they honor me. They used to thank me.
So this has really built your reputation in the community, that you've helped at least some people across to Europe.
Yes, yeah, I can say it have increased my profile, but ever since I was a student, my profile was always high. My reputation was too high. But I can say that it have increased my reputation in the society.
What does it take to do what you do? Do you have pleasure out of transporting people from Gambia out to Europe?
Yes. Because without pleasure, I will not do it. Yes, because they appreciate it, and their people also appreciate it. So when they appreciate it, then it's a pleasure to me.
Those that come back, do they want to return again?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They came back because they get new hope in the new government, as we call it, New Gambia. So right now, everyone here is very hopeful about the future of the country. So that's why they come back.
Do you think, in many ways, Yahya Jammeh helped this business?
He helped the business. To me and the other agents, or the other mediators, or the other interceders, he helped the business.
How did Yahya Jammeh help your business?
By being a dictator in our country, by trying to restrict all the opportunities that the Gambians should have. So he helped the business.
And he created opportunities, at least.
He created opportunity for me and my co-interceders to have a better living condition.
For those who want to take this journey, who are here in Gambia, what do you tell them before they leave?
Yes, I used to counsel them and advise them normally before they move. Because, you know, when they are coming to me, they came directly to me without their parents. So when they came to me, I used to sit with them, talk with them before they start the journey. Because you cannot go without fun. Because, as you said, the journey is too risky. So the only way to survive on the journey is with fun. With fun. Without no fun, you cannot make it, like, seriously. So my first concern used to be fun, whether you have the fun and the support. Then the traveling documents like national identity card and then vaccination card.
You know, they take this risk and they stay in vans like this for days.
Yes.
Do you tell them this?
Obviously, because before they even start the journey, I still told them the procedures on the way. That from this place to this place, you will go with a bus. From this place to this place, you will use desert to reach your destination. And from this place to another place, you will go by boat. Basically, they even knew the risk, or they even knew the route.
Tell me about the youngest person that came to you to go to Europe.
Yes, the youngest person was a 16-year-old boy.
Do you tell them what to say to the European authorities? How to behave?
Yes, I do advise them.
What would you tell them to say?
When you enter in Europe, tell them that you are living here as an orphan. You cannot have access to better living condition or the basic living condition like education, because as a teenager or as a kid, the most important thing for you is education. So when they normally, that is the first thing they used to complain in Europe, that they are here, they were denied their right to educate. So others, like others, they used to say they have issues with the former government or the former president. So they try by all means to access all necessary documents or all supporting documents that can show to the Europeans that those people have issues with the former president, that is Jammeh. So with that, they are normally given asylum, and so they can live in Europe the way they wanted.
Are you in contact with smugglers or agents, like you say, in Europe?
The people normally I have to enter Europe is only for education, because I got some contacts in Ukraine and also in Cyprus. So basically it's only for students.
Have you taken the route yourself?
I was once tempted to go. That is the time in 2010 when my brother was going. I wanted to go with him initially, because by then life was somehow difficult for me myself.
So why didn't you go?
I did not go because of the advice of my father. Because I cannot be on the same journey with my younger brother.
How does your father, your parents feel about what you do?
Yeah, initially they were feeling scared. They were afraid that maybe if I may be caught. So they were afraid. So they used to advise me to either stop the business or to do it in a secret. Yes, but later they realized that what I was doing was not illegal.
How is it not illegal?
Yeah, it wasn't illegal because I never forced them to go. I never forced them to go.
How many people like you are there in Gambia?
I can tell you there are many people in the Gambia like me.
Is this something that you hope to continue in the future?
No, not really.
What do you want to do?
I'm an educationist, a teacher, and also a youth activist. So my role in the society is to empower youths and also give the best of my knowledge to my students.
Do you think now that there's a new government, people will continue to try to go to Europe, or will that change things?
Yeah, the new government will not change people's way of traveling. You know, here in the Gambia, even if you need this now, a better education, you must go to Europe, like myself. So people obviously will go to Europe still now, no matter what, whether it's through the back way or the front way, they will go. But I wish they go through the normal way. That is way.
You mean the legal way?
The legal way. No, not only the legal way, because going through the back way is another legal way. But the proper way is through the flight or with the visa. That is the proper way. This one is improper. That is the back way route is improper. Because when you enter Europe, you must struggle for papers. But when you go through the normal way or the proper way, therefore you access your papers very easily.
The UN estimates the illegal trade of smuggling people to be worth more than $35 billion, and it's booming. Despite joint efforts by police forces from Europe and Africa, few smugglers have been arrested or prosecuted. El Boy is considered a hero in his community. Families save up for years and take loans in order to send one of their children on this journey. This is a lucrative trade on the back of some of the poorest and most vulnerable people on the planet who are willing to pay the price for this trip. Ahead will be the desert, where they will face hunger and heat. Then the sea, where they will face exhaustion. Perhaps they are unaware of the challenges to come. These are young men and women willing to take the risk for a new life in Europe and a chance to help the families they left behind.